Hello, how are you? And welcome to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, it will help me to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding of who I am. Hi, Liz. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for joining me, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos if you know what your placements are. Cross watchers are most definitely welcome. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If the videos do not resonate with you, please do not try to make them fit at all. If the video does resonate with you, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. I don't give advice ever. I am not a psychologist. However, in a situation when I'm reading, I may tell you what I may do, but I would never tell you what to do because you are the author of your own story. Nobody can write your story but you. You have to write the next chapter for yourself. Once again, this is a Scorpio reading. If the reading is for a male, specifically, I will say so. If the reading is for a female specifically, I will say so. However, you know that there is no gender in tarot. We all have masculine and feminine energies. It doesn't matter what your sex is, we all carry both masculine and feminine energies. So if I don't say anything, then you have to leave the reading up to your own devices. You know, I mentioned this in all of my readings. Tarot is not a puzzle. Contrary to what some people may say, tarot is not a puzzle. It's supposed to be plain and simple, to the point. Because if the reading is for you, you know the story because it's what's transpired in your life already. This is just confirmation to the things that you already know. I am a psychic. I am a medium. Tarot is how I'm building my platform for people to get to know who I am, besides the people that already know who I am and what I do. Hello. So I joined these platforms for you guys to get to know me, and I like to share as much information as I possibly can with you and for you. I'm nosy. You're nosy. That's why you're here, to find out as much information as you possibly can for confirmation to what you already know. If the reading is for you, it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading to the end. As my grandmother would say, from the rooter to the tutor. If the reading isn't for you, click off. There's no reason for you to listen to something that you don't understand, you have no knowledge of, because it'll just confuse your situation. It's not a puzzle. You know, back in the day, right? Toys R Us. You would go into the store, you would buy a box because of the picture on the box. A puzzle. You pick out the picture you want. You get home, you pour the little pieces out. Then you look at the picture on the box and you try to make those pieces fit to make the same picture as you see on the box. That's not what tarot is. You don't take a piece from here. You don't take a piece from there. If it's your story, it'll be your story from the beginning of the reading to the end of the reading. Today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Scorpio. Scorpios are my cousins. I'm a Cancer. So we have Scorpio, we have Pisces. So We have the water signs. We're going to talk about Scorpios, right? Headstrong, very headstrong people, right? Very loving people, very caring people. However, Scorpios, you can never win an argument with one, can you? With the exception of an Aries, with the exception of a Capricorn, right? They can go blow for blow with Scorpio. Scorpio is the type of person, male or female, that you can't do them wrong and think that they're going to be okay with it. They're going to hold on to that because they'll never trust you again. So, baseball, you have 3 strikes and you're out. With Scorpios, is 1 strike and you're out. However, if they allow you to enter their lives after the first strike, trust me, every ball that's thrown is going to be a foul ball because they'll never trust you. So do you want to stay in a situation with Scorpio like that? Because everything you do and everything you say is going to be foul. They're going to question it to the T, right? Not T-ball, but this is baseball. So I'm talking in baseball terms. So every ball is going to be a foul ball. If they allow you to be around them, everything you say, everything you do will be a foul for Scorpio, because Scorpios are 1 strike and you're out opposed to 3 strikes and you're out. However, let's get to the reading. I hope everyone is doing well, and I wish nothing but happiness for everyone that views this reading. You know, let me say this. Happiness is what we all strive for. Each person is an individual. So when you're doing a reading, the reading may be for 1 person only. It may be for 2, it may be for 5, it may be for 10, or so on. However, these are general readings. When the reading is general, it can be for you or it could be for someone else. However, I do personal readings. And I do have a website that's listed on my homepage of my YouTube platform. So if you would like a personal reading with me, you can go to the link, click it, and set up a personal reading. And I'll be happy to give you a 1-to-1 reading. However, let's begin the reading for the sign of Scorpio. Once again, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is staying hydrated out there because it's hot. It's summertime. And the weather is something different. So I hope your air conditioners are working. I hope your fans are working. And I just hope that you're able to stay cool wherever you live. This reading is for the sign of Scorpio. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Conversation. There's a conversation that's going to be happening with the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, let's see if that conversation is you wanting to speak to someone or someone wanting to speak to you. But there's conversation, but someone is being hesitant on speaking up, saying what needs to be said. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Scorpio. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for the sign of Scorpio? Thank you so much. Scorpio, we have 3 cards that came out. The first card that we have is, I accept that calmness rules me. My love for myself allows harmony to settle in my being. I listen, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. So your soul is calling out to you. Each and every individual has a soul. Everything has a soul. The tree outside has a soul. The flowers has a soul. Grass has soul. Every living thing has a soul. Your pets have souls. However, sometimes we get disconnected from who we are. And then our soul calls out to us to say, here I am. We need to reconnect. So your spirit guides are saying, Scorpio, that calmness rules. Accept that calmness rules you. Spirit is saying to tame the beast, to control yourself when this conversation needs to be had with someone. Spirit is saying stay calm at all times. Right? Now that's easier said than done because human beings, we have feelings. Let's say this. Let's imagine if I'm speaking to a male Scorpio. Let's just imagine. And this male Scorpio has a girlfriend, a fiance, or a wife, a significant other. And when the two of you talk about things that are important to you and to your significant other, Scorpio, you may be on the defense all the time, thinking that someone is trying to attack or belittle you. Sometimes that's because a lot of male Scorpios and female Scorpios, they had a hard life, a rough childhood. Maybe due to separation, maybe due to divorce, maybe due to parents not getting along in the home. And that goes for 80% of Scorpios. They've started with a rough life. So if I'm giving an example of my male Scorpio, maybe you were surrounded by women, and we know that women are catty. I'm a woman, so I'm not speaking against women, but I'm just telling the truth about women. So you may have grown up with a bunch of females, right, that are catty, that like to manipulate, that like to start trouble. They are drama fueled. A lot of women are drama fueled. So when your significant other may want to speak, you may think that the only thing that she is saying is womp, 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 because that's all you've heard most of your life. Spirit is saying to remain calm because your soul is calling out to you. And you should embrace calmness, because when you accept calmness, that connects you back to your soul. Yes, we can become disconnected from our souls. Each and every person can become disconnected from their soul. They can. But the soul will always call out to you to let you know that you need it just as much as it needs you, because your soul is the life force of you. Your soul is energy, and energy never dies. Ever. This flesh that we're in, this body will deteriorate. Either you're going in the ground and you'll be eaten by bugs, the skin will rotten, or you'll be cremated, right? This flesh will deteriorate, but the soul will live forever. And the soul travels to different realms. It's forever. but your soul has been calling out to you. It's like that part of you that knows that something is missing, and your soul is missing you. And what you're trying to find out what's missing in your life is you connecting back to your soul. So, in order to reconnect back to your soul, Spirit is saying calmness is needed in your life. We have fidelity. I am committed to my mind, my heart, and will. I am committed to fulfilling the needs of my soul. I believe in myself, in God, and in the universe. So, this is a person that, Scorpio, some of you are spiritual and some of you are religious. However, you are most definitely committed with your mind, with your heart, and you have a will to be committed to fulfilling the needs of your soul. So now, as the first card says, to accept calmness, because as I said, this is a Scorpio that I'm speaking to who is disconnected from their soul, but this is you knowing that there's a disconnect between the physical you and the soul part of you. So the card says, I am committed to my mind, heart, and will. I am committed to fulfilling the needs of my soul. So you are committed to learning more about you, to understanding what your needs are, what your soul needs from you. You believe in yourself, and you also believe in the higher power. You believe in God, and some of you believe in universe. So there is a merge that's going on. So some of you may be feeling a little under the weather. Some of you may have spells of dizziness, drowsiness, right? Some of you may feel like you're dehydrated. Some of you may begin to start having the sniffles. That's what you think, but it's not. It's your body connecting back to your soul because you know that something is missing, and what's missing is you. The most important part of you is the soul, because the soul will live forever. So this is you understanding and having knowledge that there's a disconnect somewhere, but it's merging back together because you recognize that there's something missing, and what's missing is who you are. Manifestation of light. This card says, I see my own beauty. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. I free myself from negativity. My wisdom glows. So, you're manifesting. Some of you have been manifesting, right? Privately. Some of you have been going into a quiet place, manifesting your happiness, your peace. Most importantly, the first card is your calmness, because the calmer you are, the better things will be happening for you, and things will be revealed to you. So you see the beauty of you. And the beauty is not the outer beauty, it's the inner beauty, because of the care, the compassion that you have for others. So as you grow and develop, your inner self becomes harmonious with the light that shines in you and on the outside, and the beauty that's inside of you. So you are freeing yourself from negativity, from negative people, from negative places, negative situations. But more importantly, you are pushing out the negative sides of yourself that you recognize, because your wisdom is glowing. Your wisdom is glowing because you have an understanding of what you need. And what you need first is to love thyself. and loving thyself is important to the growth of your soul, because you realize that something is missing, and what's missing is you being present for you. So your soul is saying, here I am. It's time for us to reconnect. And the way to reconnect is to remain calm. And at the bottom of the deck is confidence. Scorpio's confidence. Now, I don't know a Scorpio that isn't confident. There are some Scorpios that are shy. Let me tell you, truth be told, that's one of their secrets, right? However, the card says, my trust in life is self-evidence. You trust life. You trust you. But sometimes life gets in the way. God's powerful knowledge and great love guides your heart and your choices. So your faith is strong and you are faithful to your heart. Everything unfolds according to God's will. So regardless if you're spiritual, regardless if you're religious, right? Because I believe that there is one entity, and whether you call that entity the universe, whether you call it God, whether you call it Source, whether you call it Jehovah, whether you call it Buddha or whomever, I believe that it's one entity and we just have different names for that entity. However, you are trusting your soul. You are trusting you. And that's self-evident. So the universe powerful knowledge and great loves for you is going to guide your heart's choices. So your faith is very strong and you have a faithful heart. And so everything will unfold according to the universe plan for you, according to God's plan for you. So have confidence that everything will be revealed for you as it has been. You have been seeing different changes happening within you. And Spirit is saying, hold on to those changes because those changes are good. Don't run from them. You're being tested at this present time. So although you're going through a test, a rebirth, because it is rebirth when your soul is trying to connect to the physical part of you and the physical part of you is trying to connect to the soul. So right now, Scorpio, someone, a Scorpio is going through a rebirth. And Spirit is saying you must remain calm to grab on to this new life, to this new world that's developing inside of you. And let me explain that statement. People look at the world, right, as this globe, right, that we're taught, this globe. So when we look at the globe, we're able to see these different continents, right, these different places on this globe. But the world is actually inside of who we are. It's called expansion of the mind. That you have to know that this globe that they put in front of you, right, there's more than just this. And you understand that. You know that. You recognize it. Because some of you have been hearing things. You have been seeing things, right? You have been feeling things. However, with the changes that are happening inside of you, Spirit is saying to remain calm because these changes are happening for a reason. Now, Scorpios, you are connected to Cancers. You are connected to Pisces. And most of you who are connected to their soul, you are psychics. Most of you are psychics. But a Scorpio's brain is set in a way that everything has to be written down. It has to be documented. There has to be proof. But you're recognizing that everything can't be summed up in a book. You're realizing that the things that you were taught, there was more to the story than what was told. So the world is actually inside of you, and you're understanding that you are the world. Scorpios, this is going to be a very interesting reading. This is going to be a very interesting reading for you. Now, you're going through a change. Your body is feeling the change. Some people call it an ascension, right? This is more than that. This is more than an ascension. Once you reconnect to your soul, you become that much more stronger, more powerful in your mind's eye. And the mind's eye is how people are able to see, such as psychics, how people are able to hear as mediums, feel as mediums. So you're going through more than an ascension. You're growing in a powerful way once the connection is made. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Scorpio. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. This reading is for the sign of Scorpio. So there was one card that flew out, and we're taking that one card. So when you are about to give up, now you're like, okay, I didn't ask for timing or anything, because some of you are saying to yourselves right now, well, I never give up. And Scorpios, they have a drive, and a lot of you never give up. But Spirit is saying, when you are about to give up, when you feel like you're about to lose control, right? When you feel like you can't get a grip of yourself, Spirit is saying to hold on and remain calm. And at the end of this month, Scorpio, at the end of this month, there's going to be some changes happening in your life. At the end of this month, there's something major that's going to happen at the end of this month. So there could be something that you have been thinking about doing. There's something that you have been not even discussing with anyone. Even if you are in a relationship and you have a partner, you haven't discussed any of these things with your partner. There's something that you have been thinking about working on behind the scenes. And Spirit is saying at the end of this month, you will get started on whatever this is for you. You will get started on it. Right now, you have the idea. But at the end of this month, the ball is going to be in your court, and you're going to have everything thought out. And you will start working on whatever this is at the end of the month. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for the sign of Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to know? Spirit guides, what message do you have for Scorpio? This card stood up. I'm going to take that as your first card. This card is your second. And there's actually two cards here. One was stuck to the other. So let's see what's going on. We have Night Owl. There are lessons being offered to you. Wisdom, intelligence, learning. So there is a message being sent to you. There are lessons that you are going through right now. And like I said, some people call that an ascension, but this is more than an ascension. So there is wisdom to be gained, and that's you searching for more. You want to learn more about the world around you. You are a very intelligent person, and most Scorpios are very intelligent. However, you're going to be learning, you're going to be studying more about who you are. Things that you summed up to be, this is what life says, so this must be what it was. So you're going to be engaging more in with yourself, right? As you remain calm, you get to see more, you get to hear more, you get to feel more. So you're learning about yourself all over again. So this growth, right, is very powerful at this present time. This growth, this wisdom that you're feeling, this learning with the little information that you have is going to deepen within your own mind's eye. This is a very powerful time for most of you Scorpios. So we have autumn moon. Your planted seeds are ready to harvest. And as I said, with the knowledge that you have right now, right, on your journey, whether it be religion, whether it be spirituality, you just knowing that it's more to life than what you can see. So your planted seeds are ready to harvest. The seeds have been planted for you. You've seen things already. You've heard things. You've felt things. You dreamt about things, right? You've already going through tests and trials within your own body. So there's plenty more to learn. However, you have an abundance mindset and you are ripe. Your body is ripe. Your mind is ripe. So it's time for you to release the negativity that you hold within yourself. And as the first card says, and remain calm, because the calmness rules the life force of the gifts that you have. We have blue moon. Something very rare is about to happen. And I said this, something very rare is about to happen in the blue moon. And it falls on at the end of this month. That's when it's going to happen. So you already know, you have a feeling of what this is. As I said, you have been thinking about something for a while and you have not shared it with anyone. The idea has been planted and you've been tossing it back and forth in your mind. For you, this is a rare opportunity and you're going to move on it. So you're no longer sitting with the idea. You're going to be putting it to use. This is very powerful. And the card has the word power on it. And as I said, you're coming into your power. This is going to be a very powerful time for you as long as you remain calm, because calmness rules. And at the bottom of the deck, this is one of my favorite cards. This is Moonflower. This is Moonflower. And you see the card has a lot of sunflowers on it. I planted so many sunflower seeds last summer, but I have just one sunflower. And you know, this card tells me there's only one of you. I'm doing a Scorpio reading, right? And not one Scorpio is like the other. You are all individuals, but this is a time of blossoming. Blossoming. This is a time that blossoming is about to begin. And we all know that blossoming is growth. This is the beauty that's on the inside of you. We're not even thinking about what you look like on the outside, although we know that most Scorpios are very attractive people, male or female. However, you're open. You're open to learning. You're open because you have a lot of wisdom, right? Some people say that you have an old soul, but you are blossoming. You are blossoming. You're growing. And you're open for more. You're hungry. You're thirsty for more. You're hungry. You're thirsty for more. You want more, more, more. And there's nothing wrong with more. So let us begin the reading. I know you're probably like, well, I thought that was the reading. No, that was just the beginning. That's how I get started over here. That's how I get started. Scorpios, I would say that I hope you're doing well, but you're in a time of growth. You're in a time of transformation. You're in a time of new beginnings, right? Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Scorpio. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you. Now, Scorpio, this isn't for all of you, right? Because all of you could not possibly be going through the same things. Let me just say that. But this is for someone. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. I have a couple of cards that fell. And excuse me for that. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Spirit guys, show me what I need to see for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you so much. These cards came out first, so we're going to take these. And we're going to have bonus cards. So I'm going to put this here. We're going to move this over. I'm going to have to clean my desk tomorrow and remove some of this clutter. Okay, guys. Exploration, right? This is the card of exploration. Take a very good look at this card, right? So this is you entering into uncharted territory. This is you having an open mind. You're keeping an open mind because you want to explore more than what you were being taught. Because you know that what you were taught, right? Let's just say in school, by your family, by your friends, by your associates, by your co-workers, it was just a little taste. But now you have this knowledge of knowing that this life has more to offer than what I can actually see. So you're ready to extend your horizon. So you're entering into uncharted territory. You're entering into a place where you have been before, but you've dismissed it. We have the letter. See that old school typewriter? And remember, look at the butterfly sitting on top of it. And as you can recall, I said that most of you have an old soul, so this is intimate. an intimate message may arrive. And you remember at the beginning of the reading, I said that you may want to speak to someone or someone wants to speak to you. An intimate message may arrive through the mail, through a text message or a phone call, but it doesn't have to be something that's sexual or somebody trying to get with you, but an intimate message is coming in. Some of you may have received that message today, yesterday, but if you have not, it will be coming in. So expect any paper-based documents. This message may come through the mail. It may come through your cell phone as a text. It may come through your computer as an email. And if you have your emails connected to your cell phone, it may come that way. But there is a very intimate message that's coming in to you. We have pleasure. Scorpio, we have pleasure. Male or female, we have pleasure. Right? So pleasure, you know, for Scorpios, you know, I know a lot of people say Scorpios are very sexual people, but you know what entices Scorpios more than sex? Trust. Trust is what gives Scorpios pleasure. So you're trusting you, Scorpio. You are unlocking the passion that's within you. And that passion is not sexual based. It's passion for you to connect back with your soul. So there is wisdom in your body. And the wisdom is wanting you to reconnect back to your soul. You know, when we're newborns and then we're toddlers, and then as we grow to teenagers, to young adults, to adults, right? As we grow in life, our body loses connections with our souls for some of us. And then a lot of us have to reconnect. So there is wisdom in your body, and the wisdom is telling you to reconnect back with your soul. Because some of you have forgotten who you are, as many of us have once upon a time. But it's time for you to reconnect. We have travel. We have the travel card, Scorpio. So this card is, some of you may be thinking about traveling somewhere, but this travel is more about you going somewhere where you've never been, because there is an adventure that's awaiting you. So Spirit is saying, have an open mind to traveling. Spirit is saying that this next place that you're going is meant for you to go. So it's going to be a place where you've never been. And traveling will open your heart. It will open your heart to engaging with who you are. Because this place where you're going, whether you're religious based or spiritual based, is going to be a connection to you. So there's something that awaits you on this travel. Spirit is urging you to travel. So divination. This card is, the answers you seek are coming. Some of you have a lot of questions, and the answers that you seek are coming to you. The outcome right now is still unknown, but help will come when you need it. And for some of you, you feel like you need help right now, right? And some of you have been using a pendulum, right? And if you look at the card, you can see the pendulum. Some of you have been using a pendulum to help you through whatever this situation is for you. But help will come when you need it. And right now, you don't need it. What you need is the connection back to your soul. We have fantasy. We have fantasy. Look at all these butterflies. You know, when I look at these cards, some of you have been living in a fantasy land. And some of you, once upon a time, you wished your life away. And I don't mean in a negative way as far as being suicidal or anything like that, right? Because fantasy, some of you have wished your life away. The circumstances that you were in, like most of us have, like, if I had another life, if I could have did things differently. But fantasies are mirroring your desires. And let me explain that to you. You could have been stuck in a relationship. Well, you felt like you were stuck. For some of you, like there was no way out. So when I say that fantasies are mirroring your desires, you had a desire to move forward, not necessarily with another person, but on a new life adventure. But some of you don't feel like you took the chance then, so you feel like you lost out on something. But Spirit is saying you didn't lose out on anything because you wanted an escape from reality, the reality that you were living. But that reality could have been changed whenever you wanted it to be changed. So your fantasies are actually mirroring your desires, because you had a greater desire to leave, but you felt like it was more of a fantasy, so you sat there and you dwelled on it instead of doing what you needed to do. And that is a way that your body can become separated from your soul as well. We have euphoria. We have euphoria. So the first stages of falling in love. And for some of you, what I'm getting here, you feel like you are in love. You know you are in love, but you have this nagging feeling that it will collapse. And you don't want it to, but you are afraid that it will collapse. But you feel like this is the first stages of actually falling in love. You feel like this is the first stages of falling in love. But although you feel like you are in love with this person, there's this feeling behind that feeling that you feel like it may all fall apart, like it's too good to be true. So euphoria is melancholy. You know, melancholy, very seductive, you know, ecstasy. because there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of love here. But Spirit is saying not to live in the fantasy of destruction, that you think something is going to fall apart because you love someone that much. So fantasies are mirroring your desires, your desire to stay in the love. But the fantasy is feeling like it can fall apart. So don't allow yourself to be distorted. We have supernatural. This is another one of my favorite cards, right? You see the sunflower still is right there, and the daisies, but your spirit guides are speaking to you, this supernatural. So make contact with the spirit world. Develop your psychic abilities, and that's exactly what I've been talking about, how powerful you're going to become once you reconnect back with your soul. So supernatural, most Scorpios have some type of psychic ability when they hone into it, right? When there's no disconnection from the body and the soul. So Scorpios, the card is saying that you have some sadness that's behind everything. This whole entire reading, you have this sadness that you're holding on to. So Spirit is saying, shed the tears from your heart. Let sadness fuel your ambition instead of allowing it to cripple you from the background. So make the most of your regrets. All the regrets that you have, shed the tears from your heart and then let it go. Because you can't change the past. You can't change past situations. I bet you over 1 billion people wish that they can choose the past. That they can choose the past, the direction that they wish something could have went. You wish that you can go back and choose a situation that you felt like was detrimental, that it didn't go right, and that you can just tweak it and fix it. But we can't. None of us can. But 1 billion people think about, if they had a choice to make, they would go back to this day at this time and do this over again, but you can't. So Spirit is saying sadness. There's a sadness that is in the back of you. Spirit is saying, bring it to the front. Shed the tears from your heart. And then allow that sadness to fuel your ambitions. Make the most of your regrets. Make the most of them. So as you sometimes slip back into thinking about past events, past situation, past people, past things, past places, don't stay there. Let it go. Shed the tears from your heart and move forward. So let sadness fuel your ambition, because you're a very ambitious person. So let that sadness fuel who you are. And the 3 bonus cards that we have is transformation. And we spoke about transformation at the beginning of the reading, right? You're changing. Things are changing because you recognize that your body needs to be connected back to your soul, and your soul has been calling you. So transformation, to improve is to change. That's why Spirit is saying to remain calm no matter what. To improve is to change. So you're burning away what doesn't serve you anymore. Allowing yourself to transform. And we have dreams, right? Dreams. Your dreams are valid. Whatever you've been dreaming about, Spirit is saying they are valid. So pay attention to your dreams. You are a dreamer of great dreams. Spirit is saying that your dreams are valid. That whatever you dreamt about, make no mistakes about whatever it was, that it is valid. Whatever messages you're getting is valid. Spirit is saying pay close attention to your dreams because Scorpios, you are a dreamer of great dreams. We have Ram Spirit. Be bold enough to be your true self because a lot of Scorpios do hold back. They do. Allow your leadership to take over because most Scorpios are leaders. I don't know too many Scorpios that are followers. I do know a couple, but I don't know a few that are not leaders, that are followers. I know a, a couple that are followers. But allow your leadership to take over. You are a natural born leader, most of you. So show your determination to achieve your success. Scorpios want nothing more in life but to be successful. And success can mean so many different things to so many different people. Happiness can be successful. Peace could be successful for you. Your finances, right, could be successful for you, wanting more, having that abundance. But abundance is like success, right? So show determination to achieve that success, whatever that success means for you. And at the bonus card, we have the last bonus card is conflict. You know, make conflict resolution a priority. That's why, remember the beginning of the reading? I accept that calmness rules me. My love for myself allows harmony to settle in my being. I listen, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. So, Scorpio, you want nothing more than to have a peaceful life. So, Spirit is saying conflict. Make conflict resolution a priority. There's something that you may need to fix. And this conversation that I said at the beginning of the reading that you may be having with someone, or someone wants to have this conversation with you, don't forget the letter. An intimate message may arrive for you, right? So through a text message, through an email, through the mailbox. But there's going to be communication from someone. But be very selective with your battles because everything is in a battle. Because Spirit is saying you must remain calm through this transformation. Because this transformation, right, is going to make you the most powerful that you've ever been, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So be very selective with your battles. Know how to win gracefully. You know, my mother, she used to say, right, you can kill a person with kindness. That's what my mother would say. She would say everything is in an argument. Sometimes you can kill a person with kindness because people don't expect that side of you. They do expect the conflicting side of you, the person that wants to argue, that has word for word, because that's how most people look at Scorpios, is that you can never win an argument with one. But Spirit is saying calmness is going to be your best friend. And know how to win gracefully. And at the bottom of the deck, we have key holder, key holder. You know, no matter what, Scorpio, you hold the key. You'll succeed in everything that you do. You will be successful. I've always said that most Scorpios have the Midas touch because everything you touch turns to gold. And many doors have opened to you, and they will remain open for you. However, remember, I told you at the end of this month, something is going to happen for you. And so you are the key holder. A rare opportunity will be offered to you. And what's confirmation is exactly what I just said. At the end of this month, there's going to be something that you're going to put to action because you have a plan. And that plan started with an idea. So you had an idea, you turned it into a plan, and now this rare opportunity will be offered to you because Scorpio, you are the key holder. Whomever I'm reading this reading for, you are the key holder. So whatever this idea was and this thing that you have been planning, because remember I said you haven't told anybody about it at all. You haven't said a word. And even if you spoke it, someone may have thought that you were just speaking out ideas out loud, saying them out loud. No one took it as being law, like something that was set in stone. But it is set in stone for you. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Scorpio. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear to end this reading for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you. Spirit guides. Ooh, that was enough. Shanta Moore, if you give me a second at the end of this, we can find out something for you. I didn't know this many cards were going to come out, but I'm going to take them. Who can I serve today? So Scorpio, who can you serve today? In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of other. Who needs you today, Scorpio? Today's soul action. Listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. And I know a lot of Scorpios who do like being helpmates to others. But more importantly, Scorpio, you must be a helpmate to yourself. And Spirit is saying something is going to happen at the end of this month for you. So stay calm. You must be calm because you need to connect back to your soul. Am I focused on what I am losing or what I am gaining? So Scorpio, are you focused on what you are losing or what you are gaining? Are you going through some changes? And as we see, you're going through a transformation. Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today's soul action. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Fill your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. And I said that amazing things are coming in for you, Scorpio. Trust, believe. It's imperative to do so. What can I do to make a difference? So, Scorpio, what can you do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today's soul action. Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Big or small, all of it makes a difference. We have, how can I deepen my trust right now? And this is big because in the reading we spoke about trust, and you must trust yourself as you do. Trust, surrender, let go of the will. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust yourself fully so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. And we spoke about that, you know, a lot of Scorpios, the first thing that someone says about a Scorpio is they're great in bed. And there's so much more to you than that. Scorpios, yeah, you are great in bed, right? My husband's a Scorpio. But let me say this. Trust is the most important thing to Scorpio, more than sex. And I said that at the beginning of the reading. So to get this card is confirmation. Trust is more important to Scorpio than anything else in this world. So how can I deepen my trust right now? Let me reiterate. Trust, surrender, let go of the will. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety. And when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. And that's why Scorpios need to be able to trust you so that they can feel safe with you. And when they feel safe with you, then there's nothing stopping the friendship, the connection. Today's soul action, let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. Scorpios, the cards is saying that you need to trust yourself. And the first card that you received was to remain calm. You know, as I said to you before, and I'll say it again, my mother always said that you can kill a person with kindness. So Spirit is saying to remain calm because you hold the key. There's something that you have been desiring, that you have been wanting, and whatever it is, you will be able to have it because you are the key holder. You'll succeed in anything you do and everything that you do. So many doors are open to you right now, and many doors have been open to you. However, there's a very rare opportunity that will be offered to you at the end of this month. You are the key holder. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? So whether it's a relationship with your spouse, your partner, your significant other, meaning your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, right? Your cousin, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncles, your nieces, your nephews. To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where they begin. Today's soul action, Scorpio. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. So, Scorpio, if you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. So I'm speaking to a Scorpio that does like to fix people, that likes to help people. But Spirit is saying you don't have to do that. You are not obligated to fix anyone. So today's mantra, Spirit wants you to repeat this. I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. So Spirit is saying that you do not have to be the caretaker, the provider, the helpmate to others. That it's okay to set boundaries because you have everything you need, and so do they. And Spirit wants you to say that and repeat it. So once again, today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. And when you say, and so do they, that means you're releasing them and anyone. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. Spirit is saying, Scorpio, it's time to put you first. We have, am I ready to let go of this buried shame? So Scorpios, are you ready to let go of this buried shame? The feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. So when you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? I can't make this up, can I? Because we just spoke about that. You know, we just spoke about that there's a sadness that you must release because you can't change a past situation. So shed the tears from your heart, right? Shed the tears from your heart. Let this sadness fuel your ambitions for today, for tomorrow, and the remainder of your physical life here on this realm. You know, make the most of your regrets. Make the most of them because there's nothing you can do to change the circumstances of the past. So, the shame that you're feeling for not doing something, not saying something, not being the whole of you, it's time to let it go. So today's soul action, Scorpio, heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. However, fill in the blank. My soul truth is what? What is your soul truth? What is that buried shame, Scorpio? Where can I create more space, or where can you create more space? Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, in your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Today's soul action, Scorpio, do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self. Make space, clarity will come. You know, recently we spoke about doing a cleansing of the home, right? And that's creating sacred space. You know, when I was growing up, my mother didn't allow us to have a lot of company because she didn't believe in a lot of energies coming in her home. She would say the only energy that needed to be in her home was her immediate relatives, meaning her children, her spouse, her parents or her siblings, and her siblings' children, and that was it, and it was a wrap. My mother didn't believe in allowing us to have company, her children. She didn't believe in having company, not even for herself, because she didn't believe in energy coming into the home. However, we were all taught that. And in my family, that has gone on for generations, and that was for us to be able to have a pleasant home space, right? Because if the home space wasn't pleasant, that was because of one of the people that was already in the house, in the home, right? So you have to be careful with whom you allow in your home, because people bring energies in with them. Things are attached to people, right? There are so many different kinds of spirits. There are good spirits, there are confused spirits, there are trickster spirits, there are demonic spirits, there are teaching spirits. There are so many different types of spirits that we call entities, right? Some people have no spirits attached to them. Some people do have different kinds of spirits attached to them. That may be good, that may be negative. But every spirit shouldn't be allowed to be in your home, because your home is alive. And have you ever heard the saying that a home has to be lived in for it to strive, for it to live? And it's a true sentiment, because imagine a house being empty and no one there. Then the house begins to deteriorate, it begins to fall apart. But there's no one in that house that's walking around, that's mopping the floors, nothing. So you would think that the house would be safe. No, a house is alive. Your home is alive. And the house needs people to live. However, these people should be the people that live in your home, and not other entities that come into the home. Drug addicts, right? It's a disease, but they have different kinds of spirits attached to them. Misery, a misery spirit, to make them feel worthless. An alcoholic has a spirit attached to it, and that alcoholism is a disease. But they too have a misery spirit connected to them, right? A happy person has a love spirit attached to them. You have to be careful of whom you let in your home, because if you're not a reader, you don't know what kind of spirit is attached to a person. However, when that person comes into the home, and let's just say your house is full of life and happiness, that misery spirit will attach itself to the dwelling of the home, to the walls, to the floors, and then all of a sudden your house is in total disarray. There's a lot of chaos going on. You know, parents fighting, children getting into arguments, nobody speaking, you know, because you allowed a certain kind of, not the person, but the entity that was attached to said person. So what is true is you're going through a detox, and you should go through this detox, because spirit is urging you to. So the card says, where can you create more space? And the space is within your home. So some of you need to clean your homes, cleanse your homes. You know, religious people, they'll have their pastor come over and to bless their home, right? To clean out negative energies. A spiritual person will give their house a cleansing bath. So instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. So Spirit is saying not only to cleanse your home, but to cleanse you as well, because this all goes hand to hand. When the body is clean, when the body is pure, that releases these entities that become attached to you. And sometimes people can send these entities to attach to you. So do a clutter detox of your schedule, of your home and innermost self. Make space for clarity, because clarity will come. You know, for my Bible thumpers, the saying goes, cleanliness is next to godliness. So it's time for you to do a clutter detox. And at the bottom of the deck, well, this is the last card, but the bottom of the deck is over here. Where can I ask for more help in my life? So Scorpio, some of you need a little bit of help in your life. Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really given with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. So today's action for you, Scorpio, today ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. So there may be an area that you yourself may need help in. But you know, a lot of Scorpios are prideful. They feel like, I can do it. I don't need any help. I got this. But Spirit is saying there's something that you do need help with. So today's mantra, I ask for what I want and I'm open to receiving it. So whatever it is that you need, Scorpio, ask for it. You don't have to ask a person, right? Whomever you pray to, right? Whether you pray to God, if you're religious, right? Or you pray to, you know, Buddha. You pray to Jehovah. You pray to whomever, because there's so many religions. You pray to Allah. And if you're spiritual, you pray to universe. You pray to source. Some of you pray to Mother Gaia, right? Which is Mother Nature. However, you can go to source because there's something that you want, but you have this thing that you don't want to ask for it, because that thing that you have is called pride. So don't have so much pride that you forget that you do have help. Even your crossed over loved ones, your angels are here to help you. They will never intervene in your life. They will never, if you never ask. But they're there to guide and assist you if you ask. So ask, and there's no shame in asking for help. No shame in asking for help at all. No shame. You can ask. You know, people will tell your business. People will share your secrets. So you may not want to go to another individual, but you can go to another entity. You can go to source. You can go to your crossed over loved ones, and you can ask for help. I call out to my mother on a daily because she's crossed over. I call out to my father on a daily because he's crossed over. My sister, you know, I call on my ancestors and I ask for help. I ask for guidance in some situations. I do. So you can. They are always there to help us. And they will show us signs that they are with us, whether it be through feathers, whether it be through rainbows, whether it be through birds, right? They're always there, whether it be through butterflies, you know? And each feather means something different. Let me just say that. There's no butterfly that's the same. So colors really matter. You know, on these platforms, I try to share a lot with the people that follow me, right? I try to share a lot to give a lot of knowledge, the things that I have learned. I made sure that when I started these platforms that I said I was going to be open with the audience so that they can understand that things do exist. But being on these platforms, right, What I've learned is that there is no originality. I've learned that I have people, tarot card readers, that pop into my lives or they watch my videos and they steal my content and they put it on their platforms. And I have to speak about this, and I have spoken about this. Other people that have followed me made me aware of this, which I didn't know. My platform is not huge, right? Because we grow. I'm new on this platform, but I'm not new in with what I do. I have done so many different readings for so many different people, but my skill set is beyond tarot. As I've said, I am a psychic and I am also a medium. But then we have fraudulent people that only read tarot cards and they make up frivolous stories. They make up frivolous stories. Or they'll go to other people's pages and they read the comments and they'll put that in their stories. And I've had a few people that have taken even my life stories that I share. And as I said, I don't give advice ever. I never give advice. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a licensed psychologist. So I will never give advice. However, what I do, if I have dealt with the situation, like with what I'm reading in the cards, I will share my story, or I will share what I would do in a particular situation, but I would never tell another person what to do. But for my tarot readers that only do tarot and that give out false readings to people and that steal my content, I am Empress Real One. Understand what the name is. I am Empress Real One. 584 if you know how to do the math. I don't seek revenge, but I do believe in karma. And I can expose so many people, but I'm not going to do that. But by the hands of the grace that touches me will be the same hands of grace that'll make you collapse. I don't copy. I don't plagiarize. And I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. I think it's a disgrace when people try to capitalize off another person's pain. The world that I live in is real. I come from a long line of, as some people would say, soothsayers, root workers, healers, however you would like to define. But my world is real. The life I live is real. My family name is real. Who we are is real. The gifts that I have is what I was born with. I didn't start these platforms and just pick up some cards and make up stories just to make it sound good. When I've read people on my platforms during my lives, one thing about it, the only thing that I want to know is how to address you and call you by your name. but I don't ask questions. And I don't want you to tell me anything about you, because that's what a real one does. A real one will never ask you anything about yourself. They'll be able to say everything they need to say about you and your situation without you giving them nothing in return. And that's who I am. That's how I do my readings. On these platforms, I pull these cards for the people to be a helpmate to someone else. But who I am goes beyond these cards, because I am all-knowing and I am all-seeing, because that's how I was born. These gifts are a part of my bloodline. So, I have powerful hands on me, but those hands reach others. And you can continue to steal from my platform. You can continue to try to share my stories. But it's my life. And the stories I share are of my loved ones that are not here. So how do you think they feel about that? That's why karma is so real. So I ask that you pay attention and let me know how things go for you. Now, there was someone who asked me a question, and when I do my readings, not all the time am I looking up at, the camera. So I'm not able to get to every person, but there was someone that had a question for me. So you can come back with that question as I'm starting to close, because as I said at the end of the reading, that I will answer your question to the best of my ability. So if you still have that question, you can write it down, because I'm looking at the camera now. So I'm going to give whomever 2 more minutes before I close this video. And I could be petty and put people on blast who are fake, but I won't do that, because the devil always digs its own hole. And for people that plagiarize, that try to copy and try to make themselves larger than life, your hole is already dug. So we still have 1 more minute before I end the live. Okay, so that person didn't come back, but I thank you for viewing. And to the other readers, I don't mind you watching, but taking the content of what I say, what my life's journey was and is, things that I share about my personal and my family, I put it out there for the world to hear, because I am a teacher of the constructive use of spirituality. I don't mind sharing at all, because the saying goes, sharing is caring. But I do have a problem with theft and you will be dealt with according to the universe. But I am Empress Real 1584, the good wish I send to everyone. Love and light. Good night.